What's up with
Hey everybody, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Dallas Mavericks here at their home, American Airlines Center. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at the Pelicans, as the season continues to ramp up, they've secured the 7th spot. And checking out the Mavericks, back 3 games.
Checking out Dallas, they've had that kind of mixed start that we've come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of special season.
And, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, they can start to break out of that pack.
A look at the Pelicans starting group. Zion at power forward with Valanciunas at center. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And it's Jones in at the 2 spot. And for Dallas, Jalen Brunson is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Bullock in at the small forward.
Here we go.
Some coaches starting to feel the hot seat now, Grant. You think players are aware when that's the case?
No question, B.A. I mean, with how the present media is, it's impossible not to notice. But some coaches will discuss it and be open and transparent about it. And, of course, some coaches won't ever bring it up.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Bullock, covered by Ingram. They set the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both shots.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Williamson with a screen on Doncic. McCollum's shot is off. Here's Bullock. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside Brunson. Doncic finds Powell. Pass to Bullock. It's stolen by Ingram. McCollum against Doncic. McCollum, a pass to Valanciunas. Over Finney-Smith. Goes back up. And Valanciunas with the lay-in.
Now there's the strength we talk about often with Valanciunas. It helps him convert on these physical takes.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Ingram. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. And the 3 off target. And the tremendous confidence of Luka Doncic. Part of what makes him special, I think. What comes first, you think, Grant? The talent or the swagger?
Wow, tough question, B.A. I think it's the talent. When you have great talent, then you have swagger. And you have to remember, I mean, he played professional in Europe at the age of 16. So he may be young, but he's well seasoned. And he's been at this for a long, long time.
Here's Valanciunas. And they converted last on attempt number 3.
Excellent display of strength from Valanciunas. Didn't seem to be bothered by the contact.
Pass to Brunson. 6 to shoot. Kicks it to Doncic. Misses the 3.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And he lobs it up top. Oh, the dunk by Williamson.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish, bringing it down with some attitude.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
Let's see some of the numbers here for Zion Williamson.
He's having problems with his shot these days, and the analytics show that with his true shooting percentage headed down in the last 10 games. I wouldn't be surprised if he turned it around quickly, though.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Doncic outside, launches it, gets the three to fall.
Well, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that three-point line.
McCollum, pass to Ingram. Valanciunas sets a screen. The 11-footer, and that one's good. Ingram.
Terrific score from the mid-range. Ingram knows how to use his size and touch from there.
There's a screen. Here's Brunson. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Ingram. Valanciunas with a screen on Powell. Here's Ingram. Bullock puts it in.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Powell with screen on Valanciunas. Back to Finney-Smith. Lets it go from deep. No good that time. And it's New Orleans taking it the other way. Last time they met was in New Orleans.
It was a lockdown effort defensively, contesting shots and really protecting the painted area.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit, getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
The Mavericks trailing. Pass to Brunson. Doncic outside for three. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
Doncic is such a confident player. He knows he can fire off the catch whenever he wants to.
Hook loose. And as it goes out of bounds, New Orleans will keep possession. And here are some point guards who have been very hot from beyond the arc this year. C.J. McCollum on top. Luka Doncic 4th.
I mean, when no other options are available, any one of these guys can just take charge and shoot that three.
Well, forget about using it as a backup plan. With the numbers this group puts up from deep, I think it should be plan A to have them stroking it from 3.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. On the wing, Jones. Brunson defending. Jones misses.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Pass to Williamson. No good. Excellent D there from Dinwiddie. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 7 so far. Brunson with it. Really had troubles in the loss to New Orleans. Couldn't find his rhythm. Here's Doncic. Another one falls for Dallas.
Nice start as he's knocked down 3 of his first 4 and has hit the ground at high speed.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And one thing that talent evaluators wondered about with Doncic coming in, was he quick enough to play point guard? And in case you're wondering how that worked out, the answer is yes, in bold capital letters.
Different look for Dallas. Kleba, he's checked in for Powell. Bertans comes in for Brunson. And Hardaway is subbed in for Finney-Smith. To the wing, right side. Pass to Murphy. Hernan Gomez with it. Clock at 6. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. Hayes for 3. Mavericks with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss at the hands of the Pelicans.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
Hey, knocking down free throws in a hostile environment is really about the battle of the mind.
Nails it from 3.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Graham. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Pass to Murphy. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Doncic against Graham. It's Doncic with a drive. Bertans for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance. 6th in three-point field goal percentage, 8th in scoring, and in terms of team assists, they've been okay, ranking in the top 20 of the association. I think this coaching staff wants to see their guys be a little less selfish with the basketball.
And to go back to those three-point shooting stats, even in a league pretty crowded with long-range shooters, their ability to get hot from beyond the arc is still noteworthy. Now here's Bertans. He's averaging about 6 points per game. And Dinwiddie, here we go. And here's Doncic outside. No luck on that one. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Mavericks last time out.
At one point, it looked like that game was getting away from them, but then they came back swinging.
Here's Dinwiddie. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Doncic passes to Hardaway. Takes it inside. Back to Doncic. Bertans with a screen on Graham. Here's Doncic. And counted from 12 feet. And now an 11-point Maverick lead.
Defensively, their effort hasn't been great early on.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Graham goes in, and the shot goes.
What quickness on the drive from Graham. Defense cannot get set up to stop him there.
Now here's Dinwiddie, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Doncic against Graham. Doncic passes to Dinwiddie. A minute 22 left to play in the first. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Pass to Graham. Over Doncic. And that one hits the back iron. The Mavericks have gotten 7 of 13 shots to drop. Blocked! And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
Oh, now that was a block. Some much-needed energy there to jumpstart them back into this game.
It'll be a jump ball.
And he gets it back. Bertans, the pass to Doncic. Here he goes. And Doncic hammers it home.
Luka's a big 6'7", very strong, deceptively so. He's an extra forward out there rebounding the ball, even though he's got point guard skills when it's in his hand.
Graham, the pass to Hayes. Back to Graham. Shot clock at 6. Up and over Doncic. Doncic pulls down the board.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim, just couldn't capitalize.
16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. For 3. The shot off that time. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story for the Dallas Mavericks. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get it.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Mavericks.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, their passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
All right, Clark, in your heyday, you were a real force on the glass. What impresses you about today's rebounding experts?
Well, the rebounding piece of the game has not changed. It's all about timing, positioning, and desire to retrieve the ball. And I had that, and rebounding is universal and timeless. If you can rebound at the highest level in college, then typically you're a good rebounder in the pros. And if you rebound in the pros in the 50s or 60s, you'll be able to rebound in the pros in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So that part of my game, I know, without any doubt, would still transfer today.
We've got Maxi Kleber. He's out there with Dwight Powell. Jalen Brunson is out there with Tim Hardaway. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And McCollum slams it in.
And he's not the tallest player on the court, but McCollum uses his quick burst to finish above the rim.
Now Brunson, a valuable part of their offense, averaging a little more than 16 a game. Dinwiddie outside. Up and over McCollum. No good. A bit long that time. The Pelicans trail. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Outside Jones. Back to McCollum. Second chance effort is good. Williamson's got his second bucket of the night.
Nice aggressive play from Williamson, crashing the offensive glass and getting a second chance shot.
To the wing on the left. Here's Dinwiddie. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Williamson finds McCollum. Williamson with a screen on Dinwiddie. McCollum. Not going to go that time. Oh, great D that time from Powell. Hardaway against Ingram. Hardaway, no good. The Pelicans have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Here's Williamson. Oh, great D that time from Powell. Dinwiddie against Ingram. Dinwiddie passes to Kleber, and he comes up with a bucket.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now here's McCollum. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Here's Williamson. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. Pass to Hardaway. Outside Brunson. Now Dinwiddie. McCollum defends. Dinwiddie against McCollum. Dinwiddie, no good. Dinwiddie's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight.
There aren't many players that have come into the NBA as a consensus #1 pick like Zion Williamson did. Nobody was passing on this fella.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got 4 rebounds now.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Outside Brunson. Dinwiddie against McCollum. Dinwiddie gets the bucket. Dinwiddie's got 4 points this quarter. In that 2019 draft, Zion was a prize that every team in the lottery was hoping to win, Grant.
And that added a lot of excitement to that night. I mean, when you've got a once-in-a-generation talent like Zion, the lottery becomes a major event.
All right, rookies coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Finney-Smith comes in for Kleber, and it's Bullock in for Hardaway. Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Here's McCollum. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Nance, the pass to Valanciunas. Outside Ingram to end the drought. And again, New Orleans, no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Here's Nance. The Mavs get their last shot to go. Pass to Ingram. Just 5 to shoot. Free throw line jumper. The Mavericks pull it in.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Here's Brunson. McCollum pulls it in.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Now Valanciunas. Pass to McCollum. The three is up. Bullock puts it in.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Dinwiddie on the attack. No good on the shot. So the Pelicans will take it the other way.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
A different look for Dallas. Bertans checked in for Powell. And Doncic has subbed in for Dinwiddie. Doncic outside. Just 5 on the clock. Bertans for 3. Rebounded by New Orleans. Valanciunas has got rebound number 8 here already in the game. To the middle. Hayes, the pass to Graham. Now here's Valanciunas. He's covered closely. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Here's Brunson. There's the block.
Now you got to be aware when Valanciunas is in the area. He's capable of sending your shot back.
To the paint. The kick out to Brunson. Bertans with a screen on Graham. And Brunson, here we go. Gets it to go. His second make in 6 tries.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And the last section gets free T-shirt. Let's see who's the loudest. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
Seventh in three-point field goal percentage, 15th in fewest turnovers per game, and their team offense hasn't been as strong as they wanted this season. They're in the top 20 in scoring, but haven't really been able to find that second gear.
And to go back to those three-point shooting stats, even in a league pretty crowded with long-range shooters, their ability to get hot from beyond the arc is still noteworthy. And so it's New Orleans with it. 17-point game. Guarded by Doncic. Pass to Hayes. 6 to shoot. Will it go? And he takes it up and lays it in.
High degree of difficulty there. Graham somehow stays locked in and focused, knocks down the shot.
Bertans, the pass to Brunson. Inside, here's Doncic. And Doncic hammers it home.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Now here's Valanciunas. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
And he really dominated, working hard to control the glass.
Brunson against Graham. Back to Doncic. And he drives in over Valanciunas. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second personal
That's on
foul.
Jonas Valanciunas.
First team
He
foul.
is comfortable putting his head down and
Foul at the
attacking.
line for your Mavericks.
Doncic is unfazed,
Luka.
unflappable, even against beastly defenders.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Now an MVP caliber player, Doncic's drive is evident. I mean, he's somebody that wants to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And he's well on his way based on what he's done thus far.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Valanciunas. Doncic hits them both. New Orleans has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Brunson against Graham. Hayes with a screen on Brunson. Graham for 3.
In the first half. 2
The
minutes.
shot no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Grant, if you had to describe exactly what a stretch 4 looks like, you might be describing Davis Bertans.
Yeah, that's the mold that Bertans has been carved out of. He can draw defenders away from the hoop with this outside shooting. And when he needs to mix it up in the paint and grab some rebounds, he's more than capable of that too.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Rebounded by Bertans. And Dallas with possession. They're on a 14-2 run here. Brunson misses. The Pelicans shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. He takes it in. Doncic with a block.
Yeah, the defense of Doncic looking a lot better. I mean, when he works hard at that end of the floor, he can get up and block some shots too. Not a lot of them, but he can block a few.
Now here's Doncic. He's got 16. Outside Brunson.
New Orleans foul. That's his
The Mavericks making a switch here.
second.
Kleber's
team
checked in.
Coming onto the floor for your Mavericks, Maxi Kleber.
Doncic on the wing. Here's the 3. Knocks it down from distance. Doncic has got 7 points for the quarter.
And that's his first triple this quarter. 3 total for the game.
Graham on the attack. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Brunson. Doncic against Graham. Doncic with the bucket. Doncic has got 21.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Brunson against Graham. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. It doesn't go for him. And so it's Dallas. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. We'll be right back.
Welcome, everybody. The story at the half could be summed up as a dominating performance for the Dallas Mavericks.
It all starts with their shooting, and they're on fire from behind the arc. And I can say the opposite when it comes to the other side. When there's this much disparity in three-point shooting, it usually makes a big difference on the scoreboard.
Next up, the power rankings. Let's take a peek at which teams are at the top of the association.
Looking at Dallas, they need to step back and take a look at what's going wrong. Mistakes have killed them, not just turnovers, but poor decision making. This is a team everyone wants to play right now to get a W.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Boy, really an incredible game here from Luka Doncic.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. So the Pelicans 5 right now. Ingram at the 3, Zion at the 4. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Jones in at the shooting guard position. Pass to Valanciunas. Outside Ingram. Puts up a 3. Doncic pulls down the board. Doncic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Finney-Smith. Now here's Brunson. Releases from 15. Jones with the block. Williamson inside. Brunson defending. And Williamson gets it to go. Williamson's got 6 points.
So dangerous inside. Williamson has a great feel for how to capitalize from there.
Powell finds Brunson. Let's go with a 3. He buries it from 3. Brunson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Now here's McCollum. And stolen by Brunson. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. And here's Doncic. 21 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Brunson. The Pelicans pull it in. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds now. McCollum, pass to Ingram. Back to McCollum. Here's Williamson. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Kicks it to Doncic. Powell, a screen on McCollum. Here's Doncic. Doesn't go that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Doncic against Ingram. Pass to McCollum. Up and over Doncic. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. Doncic has got 9 rebounds now. Down low. Here's Powell. Another shot. And the layup is good.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And here are the Pelicans now. After the Mavericks picking up a basket just a moment ago. Doncic against Valanciunas. Doncic passes to Powell. And here's Brunson. Jones grabs the board. Pass to Williamson. And the layup is good. Williamson's got 4 points in the quarter.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
And Dallas calls time here.
Good idea to call timeout. It looked like the guys were getting some heavy legs out there.
It's a T-shirt bonanza. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
Dinwiddie, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Brunson. And a change for the Pelicans. Nance is checked in. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Dinwiddie passes to Doncic. Dinwiddie goes in over Ingram. Dallas again missing. The Pelicans have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Here's Williamson. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
Hardaway with a screen on McCollum. Nance against Dinwiddie. Hardaway on the wing. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game.
Encouraging to see Hardaway Jr. knock it down from there, proving he can do damage from this area.
Now here's Jones. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
The line for the Pelicans.
And the foul called on the Dallas Mavericks. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
Something else they've done a lot tonight is take advantage of any gaps in the D with quick, aggressive drives down the lane.
And he drops it first. Kleba, he's checked in for Finney-Smith. Good on both. For Dallas, they've gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Dinwiddie finds Powell. Pass to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. 5 to shoot. Kleba, screen on Ingram. The 3, Hardaway. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. And for the Pelicans, they're shooting the rock around 43% since the third quarter began. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Ingram against Hardaway. Outside Ingram. Over Hardaway. And it's off the back of the rim. No good.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Now here's Dinwiddie, tightly guarded. It's stolen by Ingram. Out left to the wing. From outside the arc. Drills it from deep.
Outstanding decision making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
Here's Hardaway. He's got 6. Pass to Kleba. Oh, stolen by Nance. And it's the Pelicans on the break. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Nobody is catching Ingram in the open floor. I mean, this guy is a speed merchant.
Dinwiddie outside. Doncic passes to Dinwiddie. 5 on the clock. Out to Kleba. Looking to end the drought. Dallas no good that time either.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
On the wing, Jones. Back to Ingram. Nance outside. Ingram on the wing. Up and over Hardaway. The shot by Ingram, no good. Dallas has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Pass to Dinwiddie. Doncic outside. Here's Hardaway. Fires from deep. Rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got 8 rebounds in the game. Now here's Jones. Guarded by Doncic. Spins. Jones misses. Doncic up top. 21 points in the game. Dinwiddie against Nance. Back to Doncic. 3-pointer. The Pelicans pull it in. Next up, they'll take on the Rockets at Toyota Center. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. Williamson with a screen on Doncic.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
He's covered by Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. Well, the Mavericks shooting 40% from the field in this one. Trying to get back on track. And it's laid in by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 6 points.
Doncic taking pride in setting the table for his teammates. I love his unselfishness.
Who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
checked in for the Mavericks. And the Pelicans also making a change. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Nance. A minute 37 left in the third quarter. Hernan Gomez with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Clock at 6. And now with a break, here are the best passing teams in the NBA so far. In third, the Pelicans.
The passing on this team is very strong. They really move the ball, and you can see it in the assist numbers.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. Dallas has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. A minute 15 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Ingram against Hardaway. Over Ingram. Some solid defense from Ingram. New Orleans has gone just 1 of 3 from deep since the break. Shoots from 12. The shot no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Bertans with a screen on Ingram. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Boy, an attacker who's not afraid to get a little rugged and physical. I like Hardaway Jr.'s disposition, fellas.
At the line for 2.
One's good from Hardaway.
I think we all know that Hardaway Jr. is a really good scorer. I mean, the next step for him is improving defensively.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Hardaway hits them both. Here's McCollum. Pass to Valanciunas. 27 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Valanciunas sets a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the foul. It'll go on Davis Bertans. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Substitution for your Mavericks. Reggie Bullock, Jalen Brunson.
$19 seconds left to play in the third. Valanciunas sets a screen. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
At the line for the Pelicans, Jonas Valanciunas, shooting 1.
One shot.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
With 1 on the clock. And so it's Dallas looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Reggie Bullock. Davis Bertans is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Jalen Brunson, and it's Dinwiddie in at point guard. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
It's McCollum with a drive. Great positioning on the putback.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Brunson up top. McCollum defends. Dinwiddie, no good. Well, the Pelicans shooting poorly. Just 29% from the floor in this game. The floater, Valanciunas. It's good on the putback. And he's now got the double-double.
They've been so active on the offensive glass. Those second chance points have really come in bunches.
Yeah, they certainly have been. You'd like to knock down that first one, but if you don't, then the second shot is the next best thing.
They get it back. And here's Ingram outside. Knocks down the long J.
They're holding a big advantage in second chance points.
Well, I tell you what, offensive rebounding is really an important statistic. Maybe undervalued a bit, but those extra possessions really do help.
Now here's Brunson. Dinwiddie outside. The three ball. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. He's covered by Dinwiddie. Pass to Ingram. Valanciunas sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Now Hernan Gomez. Here's Ingram. Dinwiddie with a rebound. Dinwiddie's got 4 rebounds now. To the inside. Stolen by Valanciunas. Outside Ingram. Pass to Valanciunas. McCollum outside. Valanciunas with a screen on Dinwiddie. Here's McCollum. Here's Valanciunas. Shots blocked. And he's able to get it back. Yep, that one goes.
And it's their poor defensive rebounding that's really igniting this run.
And the Mavericks call time here. Well, there's been a lot of discussion about officiating in the league right now. Clark, you think the game's called tighter than it used to be?
I don't really think it's tighter. It's different. I mean, the emphasis is on really giving the offensive players an opportunity to get to the basket and to not allow defensive players to impede with their hands on the perimeter. And I like that part of it. And cutting, you can't just chuck cutters and be overly physical. Basketball is a contact game. It's not a wrestling match. And freedom of movement is an important part of that. And it looks better, and it does, in fact, allow it to be a little more entertaining, in my opinion.
All right, rookies coming on to the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell comes in for Bertans, and Luka Doncic subbed in for Dinwiddie. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for Dallas was getting across in the huddle. So far, he's happy with their play, but he wants to prevent any kind of a letdown. He told the team, Stay aggressive. Don't play not to lose. We want to push the action and try to break their spirit.
Thank you for that, Allie. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Doncic against McCollum. A shot to stop the drought. And he recovers it. Pass to Powell. 6 to shoot. Here's Doncic. Valanciunas with a rebound. The Pelicans have gone 4 for 10 in the fourth. Now here's Ingram from behind the arc. He drops it from range. Ingram's got 6 here in the quarter.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Pass to Bullock. Dallas again missing.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Williamson. And the Pelicans get another bucket right there.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Doncic outside from the arc. Sinks the tray. Doncic has got 24 points.
Looking to find the rhythm he had in the first half. That's now his 4th three-pointer of the game.
Back to Jones. That one's in. Coming off a nice dish from Williamson.
I just love the ball movement.
Outside Brunson. Pass to Doncic. And they doubled up Doncic. Yep, that one's good. 26 points for him.
Boy, from the moment he entered the league, Doncic has been an immediate star, capable of big nights just about any time he's on the court.
Now here's Valanciunas. Outside Ingram. Back to Valanciunas. Williamson outside. Now here's Ingram. Defense right on him. Can't hit it from 12 feet. And stolen by Williamson. The Mavericks pull it in. Powell's got 6 rebounds in the game. McCollum against Brunson. Pass to Doncic. That shot is off. Some solid defense from Ingram. Here's New Orleans now. They're on a 16-5 run. Back to Valanciunas. And here's Ingram. Tries it from 19. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time. Ingram's got 10 points here in the second half. Outside Brunson. Pass to Doncic. Hits the trifecta. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
High arcing shot. McCollum's shot is off. Dallas has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Crafty move. And Doncic hammers it home.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
Pass to McCollum. Valanciunas with a screen on Brunson. Here's McCollum. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it up and in.
Hey, whatever coach told him during the break is beginning to pay off.
Doncic outside. Back to Brunson. Now here's Jones. Pass to McCollum. Jones with the ball. Guarded by Doncic. Now here's McCollum. Defense is right there. Williamson with a screen on Doncic. 4 on the clock. And Williamson throws it down.
Yeah, rolling with purpose after setting the pick. Zion's terrific at recognizing how to score in these sets.
The loudest and crazy fans get a free T-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team. Come on to the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team. Checking in for the Pelicans.
The Mavericks leading. Outside Brunson. Doncic left side. And they doubled up Doncic. And here's Brunson from the arc. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Pass to Williamson. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Finney-Smith. Now Doncic. Outside Finney-Smith. The three-pointer off the mark. Outside Ingram. Ingram on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Valanciunas with a screen on Brunson. Here's Ingram. They get it back. And another basket for New Orleans.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now here's Brunson. Pass to Doncic. The 3. Fires in the triple. Doncic has got 13 points in this quarter.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Williamson inside. He's marked by Finney-Smith. And Williamson gets it to go.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Oh, got a piece of it. Here's Doncic. Sweet little floater. Doncic has got 15 points here in the second half.
Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Mavericks.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from 3. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
And with this one, they go double digits in the win column.
And boy, did they need to win this game after dropping the first 2 matchups against this squad. Now they can go into the final game of the season series with a ton of confidence.
And you got to believe that's important. I mean, it's one thing to lose both games of an interconference series. It's a whole different story losing all 4 games to a team from your own conference.
And what a huge performance it was for Luka Doncic.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Now here's Doncic. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Powell passes to Doncic. With a 9-footer. Tipped. And here's Jones. From deep. off target. And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Luka, congrats on the win, but a quick turnaround right around the corner. What'll be the key to keeping it going?
Same as today, prepare hard for this game, play good defense, and, just keep attacking them. We just got to prepare ourselves.
Preparation is so much of it. Thanks, Luka. Guys?
Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. And now we present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.